nation. To be growth, child. So it streams lift at the word of knowledge, and so the heart with wisdom. Anupa, please let's be seated. While we are doing that, I want to quickly implore our members. Mrs. Komialaba, shootings, please let's move to this side. So that the camera can hear to. Yes, away from that. Introduction. Yes. See, we have our numero seated in the person of the registrar, University of Mr. Oladapo. Okay, you are most welcome. Yes. Also, I would like to invite to the high table our own amiable chairman Anupa Workshop branch, Mr. Sis Oyelaja. In that same vein, I'd like to invite the speaker for today's event, our one-on-one person, my Deputy Registrar Admissions Division, my Deputy Registrar beg your pardon, Mr. Ademola Adesanya is our guest lecturer for today. You are welcome, sir. Also, permit me to recognize the presence of those whom honor is given to as far as administration in this university is concerned. I start from my right hand. I'm sure my Oga Taratara will understand. And that even if it is my best friend on the left hand side, I must start from the right hand side. So I am starting from the right hand side. I start by introducing my Oga, the DR Admissions Division, Mr. Lukman Adesanya. You are welcome, sir. Followed by our once upon a time Okonlawon, because she has not been joined by another person. My DR General Services and Administration, Ms. A.A. Adebowale, you are welcome. She's immediately temporarily married to our Deputy Registrar today. Legal Services, Legal Service and Council Affairs, Barrister Ololade Hukumanjo. Anupa. Thank you, sir. For now, the last but not the least, and my professional friend. No, he's my friend though. The Deputy Registrar Postgraduate College and Secretary to the Postgraduate Board, Mr. Sarafaddin Adepoju Adebisi. You are welcome, sir. In the same vein, I've been asked to recognize the presence of all the Anupa Executive Committee members, the Secretary, the Assistant Secretary, and so on and so forth. You are most welcome. I also recognize the presence of our Principal Assistant Registrars, the powerful persons that are holding forth for the registrar in various units and divisions. You are welcome, sirs and ma'ams. Also, to the generality of the Anupa member, great Anupa. Next on the item is to quickly listen to the chairman's welcome address. My chairman, sir.
Anupa. Edition of this one asked that for our gas, no matter how small the thing, you learn one thing. I need to say this out. The university has granted us audience for this time. We need to use it judiciously. It is 12 to 1. We should not abuse it because we are professionals. And because we are professionals, we should stand by that word, professionals. The registrar was here earlier enough. He was in, but nobody was seated. Just 4 or 5 of us. So please, I want to encourage my colleagues. The timing for this program is 12. And for us professionals, here at least 11:45. Now by 12, we can start by 1. So on that note, we also want to encourage those earlier comers for coming. And before the program commences, I will quickly call the 3 early comers for their gifts. The speaker for today, in his wisdom, wants to appreciate coming very early. And in that wise, the first person is Mrs. Oshibanjo Efo. The second person is Mr. Ogudeji. And the third person is Mrs. Awokoya AA. The gesture is just to cheer up us so that next time we mean business for business. So on that note again, I want to welcome us to this program. Please let's listen attentively. Hello. Please let's listen to the speaker of today so that you can get 1 or 2 things. Like in the past, it's not limited. The question should not be limited to his office alone. He has worked in different offices. After explaining all the offices, we are free to ask questions about the offices, about the university, anywhere we want to pick a question. If the speaker cannot answer, we have all the organs. The registrar is on seat, all the organs are on seat to answer us. So you are all welcome. Thank you and God bless.
That kind of applause, I think. Yeah. Thank you very much. In fact, my chairman have once again dazzled me. But you should be careful. Oh. By the time we are going for the 4th edition, I am sure all of us will arrive early and you will compensate also. That's the commitment. Oh. Great Anupa. Yeah. This time around, we want to listen to the number one administrator of our great university. That is the registrar's opening remark for this event. My registrar, sir.
Thank you very much. Once again, we welcome you to this another edition of one-on-one chats. And today we are having in the house a friend and a super administrator, another big fish. Even though we have our fighting, and the reason why we are fighting is not far from us. It's sitting directly opposite direction here. But I'm on. You can see that is the. But today I'm happy that you have announced that it's getting it's moving away from that. So I wouldn't mind to lose that to that side. So that's fine. Well, that's just in the lighter mood. Anupa Tasu is highly unpredictable. The unpredictability has just been, displayed here. Even when we were not expecting that there will be cash gift, 3 people are going home with 1 million. So, well, don't be surprised if you come here next time and you find another thing, another parameter, not this one. I trust Anupa Tasu. They will bring something that will add value to whatever we are doing. So, the chairman, thank you very much for that one. But I want to also place the record that I also came early. And, I don't know why I'm not being okay. Oh, sorry. It's the lecturer that has given the money. That's another. When I came in this morning, I was asking whether, because I saw Yadam trying to bring him some food item. And I said, look, you have made arrangement with Yadam. He said, no, it's Baba Adam. So it's likely that we are eating from Baba Adam. But I'm not, this one here will be for what? So, well, thank you very much for coming. We'll want to listen to him. And I'm very sure that it will also be another big one. There's never been a time we sit together here or elsewhere that we don't learn, good things about this job we are doing. Today is not going to be an exception. I'm sure that it's going to be another beautiful moment. So, without wasting your time, let me hand over the microphone to the MC to usher in our guest speaker, Mr. Ademola Adesanya, the Deputy Registrar Academic Affairs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Without wasting much of our time, I'll quickly want to, though the guest lecturer, I think the tradition is for him to introduce himself. So I'm not to do that. So my guest lecturer, Mr. Ademola Adesanya, welcome, sir. The registrar, member, the chairman of Anupa, my fellow deputy registrars and their colleagues. It's a great pleasure to be here this afternoon, and I want to appreciate the registrar for his leadership in ensuring that we're having a thing like this. It will go a long way to develop us in our work. I also want to appreciate the Anupa, the chairman and the ESCO for the good work they are doing on our behalf in the association. Thank you. I'll continue to lead you right. I am Ademola Adesanya. I attended, after my primary and secondary education, I attended University of Lagos, where I had my bachelor degree in history. I also went for my master's program in Lagos State University in International Relations and Strategic Studies. I later, because of my interest in the legal profession, I went for my LLB in law. I was employed in Taishola College of Education then on 25th June 1998. I actually applied for as an administrative officer and also as an assistant lecturer there, whichever one was available. I was invited for a short interview for an administrative position, and I was employed then. In 1999, I was called by the management under the leadership of the provost then, Ademola. They had the opportunity of employing additional staff there. They called me if I was still interested in going for academic position, and I said I was, and I am satisfied with where I am. Glory be to God Almighty for what God has been doing since then, and I never for one day regret being an administrator. Probably because of this background, there was never any time I feel inferior to my colleagues in the academics. Most of them who are now professors. It's a matter of where you want to belong. It's a matter of choice. Not as a matter of being inferior in any way. When I joined the Taishola College of Education then, I was posted to department then. I remember the head of the department then was Alaji Oduwole. But I was there for a week before I got another letter from the registrar's office under the leadership of Pastor Tani Monure that I should also be personal assistant to registrar in the registrar's office. So that time I was carrying out two responsibilities, being the assignment division, assignment department, and also working in the registrar's office. Within my less than 3 months of my employment to the I was called to cover management meeting. You could imagine how one will feel. Just coming in, now you are not going to be in a meeting where the provost, the registrar, the bursar, they will be having their meeting. To God be the glory, I was go through the necessary tutelage, and I was surprised that I had good recommendation as a sort of the little I could do then. Immediately I entered into the College of Education then, I wanted to go for a master program. I told the establishment officer then, Alaji Oduwole, that I would like to go for a master program, usually to be part-time during the week, Friday. But he told me that it's because I work in his office, I also work in the registrar's office, and even when Mrs. Bello was a PA to the provost there, when Mrs. Bello is not around, they will also call me to come and stand in for, that was why I was covering the management meeting. So I was responsible to the provost, responsible to the registrar, I was responsible to the assignment officer. So therefore, he could not give me permission. He said, on his own, he's right to release me, but I was told to register and the provost because they can ask for me anytime. So I had to delay. I just came in less than two years, so I could not go to them and say, I want to take permission to be going for master program. As God will do it, then there were, in 2001, they were running up. As the provost was completing his tenure as the provost of the college. Mr. P.O. Tani Monure was also resigning as the registrar. So I couldn't pick the master's. Shortly after, Dr. Febkaudi became the registrar. Surprisingly, he called me one day and said he wanted me to come to work with him service as a PA. Glory be to God Almighty that I've already picked the form. So I told him, sir, I've picked master's form and I'm giving. He said, okay, we will see how we can manage and do it. But he gave me the necessary support that I was telling because of the demands of the job. It was lived. The registrar is maybe has a council meeting, has a committee or the social committee, and you say you want to leave him and go. So there are something. There are on many occasions. I will just have to leave my program on that Friday and go on Saturday. Then we don't have closing hour. We night when and that time there was no light. This general light, the public light, there's no outside light on the campus. So it was when it gets late, it is the torch light or the car light that we use, and there was no overtime. So, but glory be to God Almighty, we were able to do it, and we thank God. So after in the registrar's office, were check those in the assignment office. Then I assisted in preparation of job advertisement, shortlisting of candidates for interview, and arrangement of interviews. I also serve as secretary to interview panels, staff appointment and promotion committee, staff area and discipline committee, and other ad hoc committees. I also serve as the secretary of the working secretary of the college assembly. While I was in the assembly office, I also assisted in the administration and processing of leave and other staff matters. This includes annual maternity leave, sabbatical, study leave, resignations, withdrawal, and transfer of service, discipline, and etc. We also assisted in advising management on salary and wage administration. Also, in the establishment department, then we also assisted in relating with the staff unions on matters of welfare for the industrial. Of course, then it was the establishment office that also has the responsibility of processing pensions and other retirement benefits. While there, I also assisted in posting of I also assisted data extraction and staff analysis, and we also assisted the other departments, the head of the assignment department then in the coordination and supervision of activities in the department. I was posted out of the assignment office on 30th August
was the director of ICT. And the sort of the strike could not, fortunately, I was now doing the contract that procedure. With the support of my colleagues, we are able to make the university proud. By the time the academic capacity, they called for the cancellation of that screening. In my on my upper form, I was always amazed when I read what their comments on myself. At times I feel flattered. There was time I went to Professor Ugudipe. I never knew I'm as good as this. And he said, "You are special. You are good. Continue to do your job. You okay, let me reserve for the other signal that you made." Now, while I was in Sepe, it was the responsibility of the secretary of the center to coordinate and supervise all the activities and to give all the activities support for the at the center. I was also relating with the public on all matters pertaining to the center. I was the secretary of the Sepe board. I was also secretary and committee member of Center of Part-Time and Extra. Out of Center of Part-Time and Extra programs, and I resumed at the Senate Affairs Divisions of the University on 7th March 2016 as a PR. Then Academic Affairs Division, Academic Affairs the power unit was under Academic Affairs Division. I was in the Academic Affairs Division. I was in the Senate Affairs Unit between 7th March 2016 and 27th July 2016. Before I was posted, so I was there till 24th July 2016. Before I was posted to as Deputy Registrar and Secretary of Postgraduate Studies. While I was in Senate, I was responsible to register for day-to-day administration of the Senate unit. I coordinated and supervised all activities necessary for the achievement of the unit's objectives, responsible for the dissemination of Senate decisions to appropriate quarters, attending to all mails to members passed to the unit. I was the Secretary, Business Committee of Senate. I was clerking Senate meetings. I supervised and do follow-up actions on Senate decisions and student discipline, including suppression, prosecution, and expulsion. I was also performing other duties that were assigned by the Senate and the university management. As Deputy Registrar and Secretary Postgraduate Studies, I saw to the day-to-day general administration of the school. It was a school there, the School of Postgraduate Studies. I saw to the general supervision of staff of the school. Was in charge of preparation of advertisement and processing of students' admissions. Gave administrative support in the conduct of student registration, examination, keeping of students' records, and release of student statement of result and transcript. I also supervised and coordinated the registration of the school. We also prepared graduate lists and provision of necessary input for convocation ceremony. We also prepared a report of the school. I as secretary of the Senate, as secretary of the postgraduate school then, I was also in charge of issuance of certificate to postgraduate school graduates. The secretary of postgraduate school is also the secretary to the board of postgraduate school and secretary to other statutory committees of the school. On 4th September 2018, I was redeployed to admissions, now admission division, as Deputy Registrar Admissions. I was surprised to receive a call from the then Vice Chancellor. Okay, I received a call from the then Vice Chancellor who told me he wanted me to work in admission division as Deputy Registrar Admissions. I took it as an honor to be informed where you are going. Ordinarily, you have the responsibility to approach you to anywhere you like. And to God be the glory, we did our best before we were deployed to my present office, Academic Affairs Division. I was deployed there on 17th. I reported there on 17th January 2023. At the academic divisions, has 4 units. The exams and records, transcript units, verification units, and the archives units. What do we do there? We issue the journal of results, letter of attestation, academic transcript. We also process and release first degree certificates. We process and do rescripting of certificate errors. We also serve as lecturer committee for university timetable committee. We also handle outstanding investment with affiliated degree results and certificates. We also coordinate matriculation and conventional programs of the university. We also process the pass list for conventional program. We do verification of results on request. We provide functional and accessible records unit. We maintain student files and records. We serve as link between university and corporate bodies on result matters. We process letter of appointment of external examiners. We also provide academic grants from our students and graduates through their respective colleges. We also furnish university management information on student academic records when needed, and any other assignment that may be given by the registrar or the vice chancellor from time to time. Because of the time constraints, that is my present schedule. Academic Affairs Division as Executive Registrar. Let me rest there so that when you are now, now bring up questions, now go on from there. Thank you.
Anupa, in fact, I'm not surprised. My Oga said he was first qualified as an historian. So I enjoyed this history of his survey employment surgeon in the university. But yes, me, I have my own question. But quickly, and he was able to even manage the time very well, because by the time I went there the other time, I went to tell him that we are having 9 more minutes, and he could spend barely just 3 minutes out of that 9 more minutes. So the 6 minutes shall be used along with the question time. So any question, at least, Yorùbá ní pé ìrírí làgbà ọgbọ́n, bí wọ́n ṣe ń bá bọ̀ wọ́n tó ń bá bọ̀ ń bá àwọn PA registrar, establishment, provost, SEPEP, School of Postgraduate Studies, and so on and so forth. So many things, so many experiences must have gone down in there. So, question, please. Mrs. Shoberson, please let me turn over.
Thank you, sir.
When it started from the university level. So it didn't tell us anything about
Is it a local campaign?
I want to know whether he really attended the primary school.
Another question, please. Oh, yeah, Barrister.
Well, thank you very much, my learned friend. We appreciate all that you are able to tell us. But there is an area that you refused to share your experience with us. I have been to chairman of council. There are some things that will shake university that you will see. You have not been able to inform us your experience. That as a PA, so has happened, and I have done this. I have done this. Let me give you an example. There was a day a student was killed in front of the gate. As a personal assistant to the chairman of the council, immediately what happened, I called Oga. I want to pass students to consider to the vice chancellor Losila soon to convocation. What should I do? So tell them at the let them university ambulance take him away from that place before the press will arrive. So immediately I got to they were querying. The chairman said the boy should be removed in the next 5 minutes. I thought of it like that, but he has no option. Those are the things, and so many other things that you could do
as a personal assistant to either the registrar or vice chancellor or anyone, that if care is not taken, it could damage your career. You might step on some toes, and when they are lashing you, you'll be lucky to have survived. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I can see my Oga Taratara also. Please. Okay.
Thank you very much. I just want to, before we start going on, there is no PA in the university administration. Yeah, there's no PA. Is it that you are assistant registrar, registrar's office, PAR, vice chancellor's office, or whatever. There cannot be PA to PA council is personal. There is staff of the university, so you cannot be PA to council chairman. If he uses you for his personal reasons, that's the issue. I just want to correct that. Sometimes people come from several years ago to correct that thing, that there's nothing like PA. When universities in Nigeria, it's nothing like PA. Please be careful.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Yes. Sorry, I think before I entertain further questions, I want to quickly drop our question too. Because, sir, I'm sorry to say this, but that is just my own observation. One-on-one guest speaker today, to me, I've only succeeded in telling me his CV. Therefore, I'm expecting that he takes us further to what experiences do we have to gain from all those surgeon. And thank God, my learned DR have opened the floor. So that's why I'm coming up further now. And my question goes thus. He said he once worked as secretary and DR at CEPEP. And he had the opportunity to have worked with 2 directors. Thank God, around that time, I was also at OSOSA, Degree Foundation Unit. And I'm aware of an issue that came up then. One of those directors, I don't want to mention name, was asked to go. That is my perception, was asked to go when the time was not ripe. And I think it has to do with the issue of compromise or you cannot compromise. It seems this one cannot cooperate. Come and be going. So I want to ask, as a secretary, because whether you like it or not, you have to work hand in hand with this director. Why were you not affected by that come and be going then? Can we call it a betrayal? Or I have done my best so I can be exonerated? Thank you. That's my question. So, Mr. Obasan?
Yes, I just want to appreciate the guest speaker for today. He has done well, and going through your CV, we've seen some of those things we need to take up. But I want to ask, sir, moving, Mr. H. Try in the university, it's not an easy run. Can you please let us know what are those qualities that you take along with you while you are working on your profession? What are those that are able to help you weather the storm and then be able to stand aloof till you become a DR? Then 2, how are you able to deal with the academic staff? You've told us that they recommended you very well. For an academic, many of us we think, boy don't show, because that is what we believe that today, if you don't do boy, for any academic staff and as your director, they may not recommend you very well. So what do we learn from you on this so that we can also take it as we move, especially those that are still coming up? Thank you very much.
Anupa, yes, let me appreciate the speaker for today. My area of fun is the why speaking said something about when you are coming into the system, you have the choice of picking from either being a lecturer or an staff. I decided to be an staff. Thank God everybody in this hall, we are all staffs. Please, I want you to say it in clear terms so that our colleagues, both senior and junior, we know that being in admin is not an inferior to those in the academics. So I want you to clearly state it out so that the fear, because some of us still have that fear that maybe they are better. And like I used to tell them, they are not. But we give them room to be better because we continue to run under their shed. We run. Remember the art somehow we decide to shift as if our government is shape. That is one. Then two, sir. At the last series, I wanted to ask, but because of the time, so it's open. It's open, sir. Thank God we have all our guys here. Please, my own concern is the area of mentorship. Mentorship. I want to ask all my guys. I want my if in 2 minutes, all of you take this mic and tell me, look at around and say, I'm mentoring somebody. They are learning from me. I'm sure they are learning. This is what we need to take out from all these places. You need to leave a legacy behind. Don't just know it all. Don't just know the rudiment of administration. Teach those coming behind. Because when you leave the system, you call those behind you to do A or B. So on that note, sir, I want to ask you, are you mentor? If not here, then are you mentoring those in academics? Thank you, I submit.
Anupa. Okay, sorry, before I entertain further question, permit me to quickly recognize the presence of our two deputy registrars. The deputy registrar, HRM, which I call His Royal Majesty, Mr. Olutade Adenuba, you are welcome, sir. Also, I welcome into our midst our dear church. You are welcome, sir. Mr. Olutosi Onoga. You are welcome, sir. So, Mr. Kemi Adega, you are raising your hand for question. Anupa. Good afternoon, everybody. Permit me to say this in Yoruba. Àwọn àgbàlagbà Yorùbá sọ pé aṣèrè èèyàn ló máa ń sọ pé wọ́n gbà wọ́n lọ́rọ̀ sọ. Ọbaṣọ and the Anupa chairman, they have only briefed exactly what I have in mind asking. I thank you for giving me the way. The guest speaker, sir. As far as I'm concerned, I have my own personal name or my own personal
perspective in judging you. And that is why I normally called you a smooth operator and a deliverer. Because you don't make noise, and you get the job done. Sir, I have 2-3 questions from what my colleagues have said before. First, sir, I really want to thank you for mentioning that name of the former registrar, Dr. Femi Kayode. But you did not tell us how you came about that thing. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, sir. Because it was generally believed by their own observation that, please permit me to use this word, tied to Femi Kayode's apron. It may be a misconception, as you have rightly said. But one thing is very certain to everybody. Then, they normally tag user as a few others. Àwọn ọmọ Femi Kayode nìyẹn. Am I right, sir? Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Now, my question is this, because of time. Now, let me start with what Blackie said. Mentorship. Like I said, generally believe that you are tied to the apron of Dr. Femi Kayode. And you, like few others, I think that name was given to them too. Maybe 2 or 3, I know them. Actually, then, some people came to wisdom very late in life. But like me and some few others, I think we came early to wisdom. That is here that sees this man to be attached to this organ. And since then, I've been watching. And that is why I called you a deliverer. And a deliverer and a smooth operator. And I think you get that one from Dr. Femi Kayode. Yes. The mentorship again. I'll go back to that. Then, we could count on our fingers, according to the observer, that few could be said that our ọmọ Femi Kayode believe. Now, sir, you are one of them. Thank God for where I'm proud of you. Thank God for where you are. Let's assume we can count those ones on our fingers. How many do you want to leave behind? How many do you want to leave behind? Because my guys, I'm very sorry, all of my guys here, they are so economical. They are so economical with their knowledge. Once they pick 1, 2, and that's all. Others are nowhere to come. So, once we can count 1, 2, 3, 4 of him for former registrar.
1 second.
Dr. Femi Kayode. Now, how many are we going to count for you when you leave? That's number 1. Number 2, sir.
1 second.
Yes.
1 second.
Number 2, sir. Number 2. There is this issue you mentioned earlier. I think I have about 4, but let me stop here. Accelerated and double promotion. Is it as a result of your focus, determination, dedication, and the zeal you put into it that brought about that accelerated promotion? Because the excuse you gave wasn't that deep enough. We still need to hear from you the more. Or it's as a result of a good stewardship. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question, sir. Mr. Mr. Akundayo, please your question. I'm sure your question is not going to be a for-power question like that.
Thank you, Mr. Ademola. These beautiful pictorials of experiences. The MC said it's a journey, and it's indeed a great journey. Please, I just want to ask and a comment. Life of a spirit. Tell us on this. One decision, action taking that cannot be forgotten. Let us know the lesson you learned from that mistake. I hope you understand. Okay. Number two, this is just a comment. I was sharing with one of my colleagues when I was coming. If you look outside there, you will see our students in a long queue to the road. I think this is highly disgusting. This is highly embarrassing. This is unbearable. I don't know what this body can come together to let management knows about it. We are speaking of greatness at this time of the century. Please, I want this body to do something about it. I don't want my child to be subjected to this at this level of education.
Yes, that's a great assignment for you professional administrators. Let's come up with a solution, possible solution. Long queue of students while waiting to write exams. Long queue. Some of them suffocate. Mr. Oguleji, you're having a question, I'm sure. Don't be shy now. Don't worry, you also become a deputy registrar. Thank you. First of all, ìbá ní pé ẹni aṣẹ ló tí ó dùn pẹ́ ó dà.
Executives, thank you so much. And the speaker for today. Yes. Thank you, sir. My question is this, sir.
You said
You have worked at admissions before, and now you are there again. No exams and record at campus affairs.
Sir, I want to ask this question.
Please. The question is, at times, when our students, when
they are doing that,
admission, so we admit them for the program. So they will submit their files. And immediately after their program, thank God they will go again to academic affairs and exams.
Is he doing to better the situation? You know, we are having some of those questions. The chairman have already earlier said our DRs, our administrative gurus here should be given at least 2 minutes to respond to one of those questions. That is when we are talking about mentorship. What is it? How have you been doing your own? Who are your mentees? Yes, me, I know my mentors. I know both very loud ones and silent ones. I have about 3 or 4 of them, and I'm proud to be a mentee to them. Yes, the fourth one, I just joined the fourth one, and I'm enjoying it seriously. Yes. So I will start from my comment. Please help me hand over the mic to the dear postgraduate college. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You said you to ask the question after, but you did it because of time, and that is not our time. Leadership or mentorship is a serious matter. There are so many issues in it. There are some leaders, they are not sincere in their mentoring goal. Ọmọlójú náà wà tán máa kú lẹ́yìn, and sincere goal not for the success of the organ. When you mentor or you want anybody, that person, there are what we call forced mentorship, and there's what we call natural mentoring and mentorship. The first one is that you are forced to be under that person, and when you are forced to be under a person, you don't have a choice other than to bow. But when you leave, that thing will not be right with you. But there are natural mentorship, which is only the subordinate that is willing to be mentored will admire you and say, so anytime, any day that he or she has problem, will come to you. I went for a lecture in Kaduna sometimes. One of the people who that we go to lecture to, up to today, she calls me from Ademola University in Dofo Aleke. Anytime she wants to graduate, okay, please. At times she wants to graduate, please be dictating what I will write. You know, she's not here. So yes, by the grace of God. I don't even know her. I can't recognize her. So there are some mentoring that is natural, is what the mentoree decides to want to do.
1 minute gone.
So that look, I like your style. I want you to be my oga. I will be coming to you to support you. But there are mentors, you call mentor, you have mentored, was to achieve a particular goal. That is not mentoring. Let us try and demarcate. There are some leaders, they have people behind them. It's not that they are mentoring them, because when you mentor, it's not for the goal for the soul of the organization. It's not mentoring you. You are only using them to achieve your personal goal. So, I'll be for you, whether rightly or wrongly. So let's try and demarcate. God bless us.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, before my learned Oga respond to that question, I want to quickly add that going from what Oga Adebisi said, does that actually mean mentoring is not for career building? Thank you, sir.
I appreciate very well. You see, before I talk about mentorship,
The impact of mentorship.
Before I talk about mentorship, let me quickly mention the impact of mentorship. If you mentor someone very well, you will start to enjoy the mentee while you are even in the university. After you will have left and you have opportunity of coming around, or you have opportunity of sending someone to the university, you will be very, very bold to say, "Well, meet him. Tell him that you are my son." Such thing is done. So when you are talking of mentorship, it has two angles to it: mentee, mentor. You may not necessarily choose someone as your mentee, but that person will just like your personality, and he will be doing things the way you do it. And it is always very good, even when you are doing it, and such person is just following you, you are having a very good impact. I'm sorry, I will use myself as an example. I have had cause to tell some of my staff that you are very good in so area. Follow it up. One of them is Fatima Ibosri. He was a typist in my office. I told him, "You are sound. Go to school." Ọ̀gá kò sọ tí ẹ ṣì máa lọ náà, Ọlọ́run á ràn ẹ́ ṣe. I'm happy to tell you that he's in the university today.
He's now an accountant.
I mean, we have Olukosola was an NYC in my office. What it took me to recommend him to the management that, "Sir, if this lady should leave us."
My lord, 2 seconds.
Yes, I'm just if this lady should leave us, the university will be missing something. Now he's an academic. He has gone to US.
Honestly, you have done justice to that question because you have been able to name 2 of your mentees. Thank you, sir.
We have Debbie.
No, you cannot exhaust it, sir. You cannot exhaust it.
Who takes from admin to academics? He's still in this university.
Can you imagine? Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Let me conclude.
Okay.
Let me conclude. For purpose of juniors that are coming, for you to enjoy your book, you must have respect for the person. You must have and be humble. When they give you an idea, that idea will have been born from their experience. All right? Let me mention the people first. When jẹ́ ká lọ fi rálẹ̀, olúwẹ̀ òde pẹ́ tó sí ìsọdárúkọ ẹ̀. Thank God for that.
You're welcome, sir.
When we talk about mentoring, it's a two-way thing to me. The mentee and the mentor. Is the mentor willing to mentor the mentee? Is the mentee ready to learn? My experience is as a big house. I have some guys that I see as my mentor. And I like thank a lot of them. But I have some staff that are willing to learn. And today I'm going to go to that. Because I told them they black, but you have the experience and you have the capability to do like a police officer. So I give them that task. That's really the terms of whether they converted their land. So it depends on that people that work with you.
All right. Thank you very much. Like other job registrars, when we talk about mentorship, we need to talk about specialized science. There are some staff that you, because we are good in one area,
would love you and like you for that. And they would like to seek your advice on those areas. So with that, for example, as I felt when I was a student, I know so when he was a student, now anything about NYC, I know you can perform better than many staff. And even at NYC, at national level, I still have many student affairs officers that will call me to ask questions on NYC up to today. And in some offices like that, you will see a landmark in those offices, and people will cherish those landmarks. So thank you.
Well,
Thank you very much.
yes,
Registrars have spoken and have spoken well. The issue of mentorship has to do with personality of the mentor, number one. So if you yourself, if you're a very good person, there's no way you not be mentors to so many people. So your personality, number one, will dictate the truth. As a mentor, you must be able to be seen trying to delegate your duties. You don't keep your schedule to yourself alone. You give to them, go and try this one. When they come, you correct. And before you know it, you have become like you are also becoming. Some mentees are just there, they want to learn. Some are not ready to learn. So the one that want to learn, you see them coming up. Before you know it, they are better for it. And again, as a mentor, you see your staff and you want to encourage them. If there are opportunities for development, you tell them. You encourage them to support them. You are not the type that just want to tweak it. When you see what will benefit your staff, you encourage them, let them do what they want to do. To God give the glory. I may not stand to say that, so the person, you are my mentee, you are my mentee, you are my mentee, but I know that I have so many mentees around. And that's why
Hello? Okay, so show you this one.
I welcome my dear answer. Sincerely, I
So my marriage will never drop it for
but we've had it all. When we talk of mentorship, it has to do with guidance. Guiding people behind you, not dragging over them. For example, my own style is to tell you how to do it. And I've observed in my dealings, even up to this level, that even those people we work together, they were even able to do much more that they could do. I recall my first touch with one of us here, I will not mention them, I don't like mentioning names, when we worked together in the Vice Chancellor's office. No. Okay, thank you. That's the woman there. God bless you. When she got to the Vice Chancellor's office, and she discovered that everything you have to do it yourself. And thank God for what you are seeing now, that do it yourself. When she got it, she said, I don't know how to do this. I said, when I got here, I don't know how to use it too. But in the morning, the Vice Chancellor will call me in the morning. Professor Yeshik will call me, get to my house. After getting to his house, he will dictate so many things to me. I'll get to the office. I'll have to put it together, adjust, and put it. Well, thank God for that man. When he gets there, he will never push you around. He will tell you, right, you can do it this way. But and that one, because of that, I started using the laptop myself. And when she got there, when she was planning, I said, no, now, I enjoyed her. We were together in one committee, and she was the one that bailed me out. Your mentee will always be there to bail you out one day. Thank God for that man there. He's a guru there. Thank God for him. I enjoyed him. God bless you. God bless you. God bless my dears. Anupa. Now we are coming closely to the end of this program. I will now hand over the microphone to the guest lecturer for his responses to those various questions, remarks, and observations.
Thank you, sir.
Now, the first question is from Mrs. Sugarson. She was asking for my primary and secondary history. Let me say this. Mrs. Sugarson, together, we work together as a secondary school teacher. Between 1995, between 1995 and 1998, when I joined the college of education. So we have been together. She has always been like that.
So you have been refusing to tell her your primary and secondary school since that time.
Unfortunately, she was not listening because I said after my primary and secondary education, because we have limited time. So I could not be saying, so because of the I attended primary school, she knows. And I attended primary secondary school. So you don't need to go to my
Short-term compulsion.
Now, as a PA registrar, the employer asks for the experiences. There are a lot of experiences. Because of the time constraint, you cannot be saying that thing. And of course, there are still those are confidential that she don't can't afford. If you are PA, if you work with the registrar like Dr. Femi Kayode, as a PR, you are
highly confident.
They are already feeding you as a registrar. Because then all the experiences that registrar goes through, you will see it. And because the application as you are, you'll be asking for your suggestion, for your advice, for your input, and your own little way, you'll be doing it, and you'll be encouraging you, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. And at times you need to do that, okay, you try. So when you have somebody like you, you will be proud to work with him. And maybe quickly I should go to the issue of Dr. Femi County. Fortunately, Dr. Femi County is from Eda, and I'm from Ida. So we are never family. And before I got to tertiary college education, I never know Dr. Femi County. Do you also know that when I joined the service of the College of Education then in 1998, I was employed to replace Dr. Femi County, who went on sabbatical, who went on leave of absence as a sole administrator in Waterside. So it was not around when I was employed. So he came back later, and we got there was an assignment, junior staff appointment. Then they wanted to deploy and regularization. So I cracked that committee, and he was the chairman of the committee. He stood in for the registrar. So after the meeting, I wrote my report and sent it to him. He did the corrections, sent it back to me, and asked me to see him. And he commended me with what I've done and encouraged me. And that's how we started. Ever since, he has always been a mentor and a worthy mentor. There are many things that many people can misconstrue about our relationship. Dr. Femi Kayode is an administrator by excellence. And he also give you your respect, he give you your independence. If you give your independence, it does not because we are close, and so there should be, you will not ask questions that is outside that relationship, outside the official work, except you want to thank him, or except you need his advice. So when people say, when I was chairman of SAMU, some people say, what are you doing about you don't forgive them. Because when people say what they don't know, they say what they don't know. And when people talk, it's not everything that people tell you that you hear people saying that you believe. It's very careful. People can say a lot of stories. And don't forget, as they are destroying somebody in the present, they are also destroying people at your back. Be mindful of that whoever is destroying somebody at the present, you also destroy you at your back.
Thank you, sir. Full details of what hand you accelerated promotion.
I told you when I said it was from the first chancellor there, Professor Ayode Oyeshiku. And I told you here that Professor Mikado was not even aware of it. Everything was shifted from him until the last stage when he got to council. That he got to know that this is a person. He only had that he said there's staff that needs to be rewarded. So it was just doing his work. So it was, I said, I got it just like that fellowship at Jerry or Jerry or you're there. The talk about Jerry, Jerry or not to be. I said, Professor, you should receive a lot of text messages. People lying against me, saying all sorts of things. That okay, because it's almost crowd, they will not shop. Because of that, that's why he took him to admission. That's why he did all this. That was there be something for so as a result, there were a lot of eyes on me. And when he was ready for the report, he was surprised. Even the academic counterparts, they also felt jealous because of the work. I was given a lot of independence in our admission matters. And I was doing it related directly with the Vice Chancellor. So, and some of the academic staff, because maybe there's some things, they feel that who is this person? They will go to the VCR, this thing, at the end of the day. And I was also working closely with Professor Ariga, who was the Dean Student Affairs and also chairman of the admission committee, of the admission plan committee. So, and all these things, anybody that comes, and that time we are doing manual. I'm a type. So it was easy to check figures. But maybe to go to that we are able to. So that's how I got the promotion. And it was only even when the professor Rishik brought the idea, the Vice Chancellor was to reward. But when it got to council that the chairman of the council professor, he said, no, this person should give this. Even before it was mentioned. So that was it. We thank God. Now, on the issue of my experience is separate. I said I work with different directors, two directors. The story that KK gave, I'm not aware of that. You see, it is the fashion that appoints directors, and he has ready to appoint. So if you say you appoint today and say tomorrow you are no longer, so what is the story? I said the issue of somebody was there was something like that I'm aware of. Because I knew then when we were in CEPEP, for example, during the regime of Professor Pulube, we moved from Ososa to Ideba. And not from Ideba to Ideba. From Ideba to Ososa. When we got there, this is how we met on ground on the king of the government. It was a different one. And I advised my director, why don't you do this? I wrote a proposal to him. He looked at it and he recommended it. I said, let's push it forward. We pushed it to the Vice Chancellor there. The Vice Chancellor was surprised with the recommendation and said, I now got the director. The director of the coordinator of Degree Foundation there, and Foundation and the other one. So he was reading studies. So the director then was using another approach. So as a result of that memo, the Vice Chancellor called Professor Awolusi, called the coordinator and said, "Here we be. This is a proposal. We have been here all this while. We never brought something like this. Please, we are going to use this proposal for the maintenance of the cleaning of this environment." And that's why we got to the stage of now having to employ some staff that we put on. We have a salary scale for the separate staff. So we employed them and they were doing the work. And as a result of that, they said the people just go and do the same. And that's just an example of what we are saying. And when I gave my director the idea, I did not say because I'm the secretary, it should be my name. My responsibility is to advise accordingly. And I advised and he took it and he appreciated it. So there are many other experiences. I can only mention that one. So I'm not aware that the director was left because mine is when I work with anybody, I give you my honesty. Once I give my honesty, I make sure I'm on top of my job. Always ensure you're on top of the job. Make sure you understand that job. So that you're not a carryover, you're not a carryover. You're not somebody you're not a pushover. You're not somebody that you're pushing all about. Thank you. When they understand that you know this, of course, they will also respect you.
Thank you, sir. It was a professional discharge of duty, not disloyalty or betrayal. Thank you, sir.
You said?
I said it was a professional discharge of duty
Yes,
then.
yes. When you say disloyalty, if you allow the rules and regulations guiding what you are doing to guide, the issue of disloyalty will not be there. If you are going wrong, I will tell you this is according to this is what the rule says. It's not a matter of I'm doing this disloyal to you. Except you want to be mischievous. You want to be mischievous, you're on your own. And you know I'm not on one. What is something there?
Thank you, sir. And I'm alone dead alone.
So, on the issue of the qualities of being a good administrator, as Dr. Sabas has mentioned some of them, being honest, be honest, understand your job, be on top of the job, don't be a lazy person. Because if you allow them to do the work for you, you will be a pushover. Before you know it, you'll not be relevant. But before they say it, you are doing it. They will not respect you. They will respect you. So that's how to get yourself. It's not by saying I'm this position. It's not claiming I'm so person. No. And when I do this, I do it with humility. And probably that's one of the reasons why people should also value and give my respect. My relationship with academic staff. You're good. I have a good relationship working with academic staff. And the way I relate with my administrative colleagues, we are so related with them. Because I don't see them as being different. So that mutual respect is always there. And when you come to me for certain things, even without you being a staff, I want to attend to you the best I can, even things from outside. So therefore, whether you are attending staff or not teaching staff, it does not make any meaning to me. Mine is I'm dealing with a colleague or I'm dealing with somebody that I have to service to render to. Next, mentorship. You see, they have said a lot of things about mentorship. It's a two local, the mentee and the mentor. Glory to God Almighty, without having to repeat what my colleagues have said. I am not somebody that like to do my thing openly. And people that I'm relating with, they know. They can give testimony that even when I see you somewhere, I call you, I talk to you, I guide you. And they are very appreciating it. So I don't close my eyes. When I see you going wrong and I'm aware of it, I call you and talk to you. At times I send text messages. And when I see that something is not, you are not doing what you are supposed to do, I also call you to also guide you as well. It's not left for you whether you want to accept or what you don't want to accept. While we are going up on this job, we have our guys, Dr. Kemikal, we go to Mr. Tuba, Video, they are always there. So anything, I'm surprised nowadays that you are given an assignment, you don't know how to do the assignment, or you are doing for the first time, just sit down and do the assignment and submit. During our own time, we don't do like that. Right? Our colleagues, we share it around ourselves, we go to it, we guide it. That doesn't make you inferior. At the end of the day, it's your product. So you don't just say they give you an assignment, you just don't do like that. Do it. Now you also have to consult the documents that you have to do, the records in the office. When you consult, you know what I will do in the past. Because don't say that you are seeing the files, a lot of thinking is going to it. So just sitting down and writing something and saying that is it. And as an administrator, you may not find out there are some lapses. So but when you look at this, you know, how can I improve on this? It is that you not improve on it. Please, any assignment you are doing, please always be free to walk up to people that can guide you. People give you proper guidance, but you are not doing it because many of us are lazy, we don't have time to do it. Because if you want to do it, you have to have time to do it. Because they correct you, they will write the whole page and they don't do correction, the whole of the page. You have to go and write again. And it's not just a matter of correcting you. When they correct you, go and study what the correction that have been done. What are the areas that have not that I was wrong, that I was corrected? So that you can now take that correction and equip yourself for better tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not finished.
Okay, just one more minute, sir.
Wọ́n ti dáhùn gan náà. Ó ti pọ̀.
Issue of academic affairs office, issue of meeting files. You see, this issue of meeting files, the problem, there are many factors that can result from it. One of the factors is some of these students that we are talking about, some of them did not submit file in the first instance. Some of them did not submit file in the first instance. That's why when I work in the accounting office, when you submit file, you have records of the file you submitted. Like you submit file. So anytime they are looking for your file in academic affairs office, they have to go back to admissions to go and check. And because of the good knowledge I have in the admission office, that they are also assisting the academic affairs office. Because they have such issues. They say, and then when I say you did not submit, they say they have submit. Okay, go and look for it. Some of them will say they have started for a week, they did not see it. Okay, if you did not see it, that means you are not submitted. They said they submitted. Okay, if you are not, if you submitted, continue to search or go to admission office. Sometimes they go to admission office, the admission office will also be able to give us information as to what happened. Sometimes you find out that they did not even submit at all. So sometimes they submitted and they don't submit in that year that they entered. So there are many factors that can result for that. But as it is now, people that are working with me in academic affairs know that it is difficult for you to say your file is missing. If your file is missing, you must get to the root of why your file is missing. So in order to cut long story short, let me, because the MC has given me the sign that the time is up. So I want to appreciate you for your work in listening, for the audience that given me. And because of what we continue to progress in our day-to-day activities in the university. And in our day-to-day, even after the university, even after retirement, we continue to reap the fruit of our labor.
A round of applause. That's too cold. I think that's too cold. Please. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Great Anupa. The time is fast spent. We targeted concluding this program by 2 o'clock, but it is now almost 10 minutes past 2 o'clock. So quickly, I will invite the chairman Anupa for his closing remark, and at the same time, he's going to lead us into who is going to be the next guest speaker for the program.
Yes. See the speaker for today. Not that because he has taken us through so many things, but because he's the one entertaining everybody. Okay. So we want to appreciate you, sir. Secondly, learn. No matter what we do, we are learning from these people. They have vast knowledge of administration, so many interactions, even what teacher, what a career, we are just learning. So let us learn from them. Don't let us take side though. It is natural in every place that you have those you like and I also tell my guys, like I used to talk with my colleagues, we're going to tell the sort of mentorship and mentoring. About then, you know, they say, I don't like you because I'm going to feel like you. So please appreciate us too and ask us the best mentorship. Actually, yes, on the last note, on our platform, we have a message for our administrators of administrative officers that they will be having their own training, Anupa training workshop for junior administrative officer coming up August to 26 August this year. So if you are interested, can see the training officer and formalize your whatever so that we can start the processing. The PRO was just informing me now that the announcing the next speaker for people who are challenging us that how do we come about picking Mr. Ademola, this one have to sit. I said, it's natural it has to. You know, face where you are going. What we have said, if you can remember, at the first sitting, we said, it's about ability. If you are here, we pick you. Because if you are not here, and we know your engagement, you take a fail. And that is why, at the last sitting, Mr. Ademola was here, we decided here and we picked him. The same thing goes today. We have decided here today that we are picking somebody from here. If you are here, we pick you. If you are not here, that is bad. Okay. And what is so now? Let's put on so that our next speaker should be Barrister Ololade. Even before choosing him, we have a question here already for you. Or you go to the question. Barrister, you are a lawyer, you'll be able to explain that. So things are happening in this system.
Everything has legal face. Everything.
The legal face of how you relate to staff. Because there are also legal face of how you relate to staff. The question is already on paper. When you come, you tell us the answer. So on that note, I want to appreciate everybody. Sir, Mr. That's all. So on that note, I want to appreciate everybody. Thank you and God bless us.
Thank you, my chairman. I quickly invite the secretary Anupa Tasut, Mr. Olusegun Obasan, to please come and give a vote of thanks.
Anupa, pressure for service. Thank you very much. On the first note, I want to appreciate the registrar and the university management for giving us this opportunity and the use of this place. We, from my own end, administrators are the life wire of the university. There is no doubt about it. And that is why anywhere we want to talk in the management, we always want to approve whatever we ask for. So we want to appreciate the Vice Chancellor and his team for this opportunity, the registrar, who is our patron, who has always been ready to attend to whatever things we ask for him. He has been wonderful. And to our deputy registrar too, we always appreciate you. Without your support, we won't be where we are. We always look up to you in whatever decision we make, and for your support, we always appreciate you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, man. To our colleagues, it is another day. We have enjoyed this beautiful presentation. You learn one thing or the other. You see, learning is continual, and that is why we don't want to see it as just a mere waste of time. I must be frank with you, from what he said, some of our guys here have learned too. While some of us are also learning, we keep learning. So we want to keep it up next time, and by God's grace, all of us will be here. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you for thanking us. May God Almighty thank you too. Anupa, and by the power conferred on me by my amiable chairman, I hereby declare this program closed for today. Also reconvene at another time. You are most welcome. Sir.